Islam, my brothers and sisters out there. Tonight is Friday, the holy night for Muslims all over the world. And I'd just like to speak to you briefly concerning your spiritual upliftment as well as your national upliftment. Brothers and sisters, you got to unite in this vote. We have to unite in this voting process. Yeah, I know some of you say, why should I vote? It don't make no difference. It will make a difference. Because the more of us that vote, the more our voice get heard. But there's some other things need to be done. But the first thing that should be done is we got to take control of our condition and position. See, because when you read the law, Negro, colored, and black, they don't have nothing. If you don't proclaim and become a part, even those with money think they have made it. A nigga, they can take his money any day. A black, they can take his money any day. A colored man, they can take his money any day. Because every dollar you make, you put it into what? Someone else's bank. We don't own no bank. So once again, we're depending on those Europeans who created the system to guard your money. So I guess we feel as long as they got it, we got some. But we in trying times now, dear Mo. Everything can't be given away. You see, we got to learn to love one another, tell one another the truth, and above all, we got to learn to respect each other. We have to respect the sisters, and we have to respect each other as men. You know, look. These are trying times now. We got the high court certifying LBJs. Yeah, they powerful, but the truth be told, Allah is God. Only He can make those decisions. All people are included, but we read the Bible, you say you're a Christian, you know what the Bible says. No man shall lay with other men. But when I speak the truth, people get angry. But like Malcolm said, sometimes when you get to the top, it's long. When you're telling the truth, you don't have friends. But you keep doing what you're doing because you know that this mission wasn't given to you by man. This mission was given to you by Allah. So once you raise your thought to infinite wisdom, you begin to understand what the prophet is saying. Tonight, we studied on chapter 22, Duties of a Husband. And the prophet put these instructions in here for us to understand the first law of man was God. What is religion? Religion is law. It is a thing by which we live if we confess to be a faithful member of that particular theological concept or philosophical concept or you know. But yet, when we go in there and we study it properly, we are speaking radical when we are able or we are giving a revelation. It said many are called, but few are chosen. And the chosen few gets the revelations. It ain't about what he or she look like. Allah makes those choices. And then until we understand that Allah makes those choices, we're going to be left behind. Nationality is truly the order of the day. Everybody got a nationality, but you know who. The prophets say those marks of Negro, colored, and black was placed upon us in 1774 until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now. And all men now must proclaim their free national name. But we are afraid to stand up and say that I'm Moorish American and participate in the social dynamics of this nation, of our cities, our counties, etc. You know, but a lot of times people hear Islam become prejudiced. Our prophet ain't teaching racism. He teaching us how to learn to love instead of hate. And he tell us that we must teach this to our little ones, because only teaching at home. See, the first government was family. You see, go to your Bibles. The first government was family. Noah and his family was the first government. That's why I asked you, what is law? What is religion? Religion is law. What is law? Law is government. And what is government? Government is the people. Those people who are allowed to function as civil, not under civil rights. Those two words. You have made me civil, now you're going to give me some rights? No. I'm using my inalienable rights, my human rights, my God-created rights. On my Social Security card, it says Ronald Clifton COOLEY-EL. I don't care what they write. The Social Security told me that's your name. I have that right. See, I don't speak about nothing I can't make fact. So I try to illustrate these lessons accordingly. And we know the duties of a husband. In the constitutional law, Act 7, it's the husband. You must support your wife and children. Wife, you must take care of your household, look after your children, and obey your husband. But when we hear the word obey, we become discombobulated. You know, obey don't mean bow down. Obey means if he's giving something proper, do it. Same with you. You are one. Because in your nucleus, a family is a unit. And a unit is one. And every time that unit lose a section, it's not whole. They call it when your children leave empty nesting. I call it going out into the world carrying the good name of their father and their mother, making themselves strong young men and women, caring for their loved ones, standing up for what is right. We in our communities and cities, they allowing us to kill each other to save them the job. That's why I tell young brothers here in the district, in the DMV, I tell them, man, you don't own no corners. Man, you don't have the right to take another life because you will. He who takes another life cannot enjoy his own. Just that simple. It's just that simple. He who takes another's life cannot enjoy his own. And our holy prophet informs us that those of us who have been blessed to be chosen to find or given the revelation to find that truth must spread that truth. But as my queen always say, let a brother come, they'll degrade him. But let that suit and that tie come, they'll bow down. You know, everybody want to be leaders, but nobody want to lead in the truth. You know, everybody talk about the Morris Peace Treaty, but nobody wants to introduce it and ask the UN why we are not protected under such a grand proclamation. You know, I read an article about 20 years ago and said they like it. Look at them standing over there grinning. Craft. Just like in D.C. Territory. Everything they do is by committee. You know, they ain't gonna make us a state because the Moors and the Asiatics are there. Those Negroes, colors, and blacks, no. But all our ABs, AAs, PhDs, you mean to tell me the Supreme Court allowed for such illegal treatment to be done? 75% of the prison population are Moorish descent. What they call Negro, coloreds, and blacks, browns, and yellows. Nowhere in the world is a color scheme taught, but only here in America, in North America. The prophets say the word white, white means purity, purity means God, God means the ruler of the land. So he who conquers has the right to call himself God, the ruler of the land. There's so much that needs to be taught. But brothers and sisters run from the truth. They like to live under the illusion of that falsehood concerning King James. And when I say King James or I say KJV, I'm talking about the King James version of the Holy Bible, the first 5 books of Moses, known as the Talmud. They always giving philosophies to the Greeks and all that, but if we check a little further, we'll find out that we are the teachers of the Greeks, and they turn around and reissue it through the Crusades and Alexander the Great. They stole it, used it, and burned it so that nobody else could say that they have it. But in my position, I don't believe they burned it. I believe they got it in the cathedral, in the Vatican, and they're holding tight. But nevertheless, I march on in faith. Because I know Allah is God, and I know Noble Drew Ali is his prophet without doubt or contradiction. Look at the prophecies, brothers and sisters. Look at the prophecies. He said we are coming into a new era of time now. We are in the electrified age. Look what's going on. Phantoms. We got a pandemic where it's killing people. We got a foolish devil playing with it, and you voting on him. See, because you know when you read the Bible, it talk about the Pharisees. Come on, brothers and sisters, we got to stop Phariseeing, because the more we Pharisee, the more we split each other up. See, the Pharisees, they were the tricksters. You see, they wrong. Let us govern our people and we'll pay you to govern, but you are the Lord. What I call that is middleman proxy. To save what they have for coming times. You know, we got people around here falsifying that they're Jews. But when we speak, it's radical. It's Semitism. It's all these things. But the truth is the truth. No matter how one see it, everybody ain't going to like the truth. Everybody didn't like Jesus. We know that because what? They try to tell us that they put him on the cross. People walking around with a dead man on a cross. You know what that means? Signs and symbols are for the conscious mind, and I might get that class up one day. But nevertheless, on this Friday, I like to say that when you read the Bible, read about Noah and the revelation he was given, and then you come down the line. Then you look at the places and the changing of the names of these places, and then you think back and ask yourself. See, you got to go inside and ask yourself, hey, when and where? In the Bible, it tells you that he created you from the darkest clay of the earth. In the Bible, it tells you that his hair was like wool, his feet was bronze, like sheep wool. What they say, nappy. They use the word bronze because at that time, they wasn't using color. So they used the word bronze, which is a metal. We must, as husbands and mothers and brothers and aunts, we have to start respecting one another, because ain't none of us know better than nobody. I don't care how much money you got, how many mansions you got, how many cars you got. Guess what? The same thing they did to Cosby, Michael Jackson, etc., they can do it to you. In one great minute, it can all be gone. Because you put your whole life in someone else's hands. You know? We must learn to work together. The first thing we say, man, I can't work with no N. He gonna The N probably protect you more than the E. The European, he takes your money. He give you interest. Your money's sitting in his bank. Any day he might say, oh, man, close it down. You lost. What do you think you're going to... The international money, the IMF, the International Insurance Bank, all of these are those. Brothers and sisters, you got to open up your eyes. You are a sleeping giant, and every time one of the, what I want to call them, every time a Nimrod rises, they find a way to use one of Nimrod's own to cut him down. They said Nimrod was known as a great hunter. Nimrod was not only a great hunter, he was a great king, and he was blessed by Allah, and he was a governor. You must understand who you are before you can understand who your God is. Every time you bow down to them falsified pictures of who Jesus was before you check it out, then you're acting a fool by half. Let me check this out. I tell you a good book to read. Read Is Jesus a Black Man? A Decaucasianized Truth. Brother Jason Farr. He gives up some very good information. And the reason why I say that, because I studied it and I know it's true. I know who I am. Check me out. I wish I had my Social Security card. I put it right up there to show you. It says Ronald Clifton COOLEY-EL. You know? But of course, you know, they ain't gonna try to do it. But the prophet say when you get the pen in your hand, you write your signature, because if you ain't writing your signature, then it ain't legal. On your driver's license, they refuse to let you print it. They say you have to sign it. And guess what I signed? Ronald COOLEY-EL. And guess what? You can't. I said, miss, you wrote it the way you did. I'm writing it the way I am. And that's what I did. And I have a license. I don't need to go to no court once again to buy what's rightfully mine back from the European. I ain't asking him to change my name. I went above them. I went to the people who created the system. The same people who created Social Security created the IRS. If we're not citizens, then why are the IRS taxing us? Brothers and sisters, time to wake up. The truth is radical. And what makes it radical? It brings about a change. See, was fortunate enough to be in the 60s. And praise Allah, I did a lot of that prison time, and I understand what's going on. They standing there, they practicing masonry right in the prisons. They standing on their square. But the thing they used to keep me and anger at me, because I'm always saying, as we march, let your fez and your turbans sing. Because it's a great day today We done learned a thing. And what was that thing? That we'll have a nationality and that our God is an ancient God and that our rights are inherited in the Moroccan Treaty. But of course, always remember the European keeps us provocateurs. But sometimes you got to be ready to die for the truth. You know, it says, what will you die for? Because what will you stand for? Because that which you stand for, you'll die for. Here we got our brothers and sisters out here dying in the street talking about this is my block. You don't have no block. You don't even know who you are. Talking about a block. A block of what? A block of wood? You take someone else's life, and the prophet said if you take another's life, you will not enjoy your own. You take another's life, 10 of them go tell on you. You in prison. That's not a joyful life, and don't tell me it is, because I know better. I know better. But the greatest thing happened is that Noble Drew Ali opened up the prison gates and set the captive souls free, those who had faith and came out here and learned to live the life. See, Jesus wasn't bound by walls and hedges. He taught in India, Africa, and Europe. It's our duty to teach from every span, every platform we have. We can't play with them. Every time we play with them, they cut our heads off. My brothers and my sisters, on this Friday, I say Islam, and I leave you in peace. But remember this, without a nationality, you can be misused and abused. Check me out. I can stand on what I'm talking about. And don't give me that 14th and 15th Amendment stuff, because I know. I know what the 14th and the 15th Amendment did. But tonight I decided to give love in the truth. Because our prophet said we are to teach the divine creed of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And with that I say, in the name of Allah, I leave you in Islam and Islamism, which is the religion of peace. Islam means peace. Islamism.